Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for joining me and welcome back to Soul. I am so grateful to have you join me today. And what I want to talk about today is something that a friend of mine told me just a few days ago. We went out for dinner and I was spiraling about a bunch of things that I'll tell you about in a moment. And he said something that I thought was so profound, even though it was the simplest thing. Don't make a decision based on indecision. Mind blowing. Sometimes in life, we get an itch. It could be different kinds of itches, not when, a mosquito bites you and then you've got an itch, but it's more a restless, unsettling feeling that you want to do something, anything, just to shake things up in case you're getting bored. Let me take a step back and explain. Recently, I caught myself spiraling out with the thought, maybe I should move cities. I've been living here for a while, but I'm 30. I've only ever worked here, and everyone seems to be moving or doing something. I was looking at some of my friends who are either moving back home or moving to a new city, and people who are moving to my city, but also because they've lived in other places. And even people I don't know on social media were talking about how easy it is to move to some places and, become a social media influencer and just move to somewhere you've always wanted to live, and why not? Shouldn't I be doing the same? Actually, that day with my friend, I stopped to ask myself, why? I honestly didn't have a real reason why. Why, for me, that would work. I took a moment, grounded myself, and thought about how, I love my friends here. I love my home. I have a job that I love. Things are good. And that thought wasn't clarity that pushed me to move somewhere. It was indecision dressed up as action. Now, here's the thing. People often say, when you're indecisive, when you need clarity, just do something, anything, but do something. Sure. But here's the thing. Making a move, any kind of move, just because you feel stuck, doesn't always help. Sometimes it can just create a bigger mess. That's something that I've found, especially when it comes to times of conflict. Let's say you're in conflict with someone. Sometimes saying something in the moment is also not the best thing. The best thing is probably just to shut up, take a walk, have some water, take a step back. But think even about work, right? You've had a tough week. Think about university. Deadlines are piling up. You're not doing well. And I'm sure you've had the thought, that's it. I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm getting out of here. But maybe that feeling is just burnout. Maybe it's because you're overwhelmed. Maybe you just need to rest. Or you need a conversation, or just some perspective. Quitting in that moment would be a decision made in indecision, right? Like I said, same in school. You could just say, I'll drop out of this degree. But maybe what you actually need is better study habits, more time. Dropping everything isn't clarity, it's escape. You are actually running away from something. Be it something good, just because things seem a little too good, or something bad, because in that moment, things seem really bad. And it'll be the same thing with your relationships. Like I said, in a friendship, if things are overheated, if it's conflict, you're going to think, I'm done. You walk away feeling like things are final. But more often than not, once the dust settles, you realize, what you needed wasn't an ending, but probably space, patience, healing. So here's the thread. Decisions made in indecision often come from wanting to escape, not from wanting to grow. And if you're just running away from discomfort, chances are the same patterns will follow you everywhere you go. So what's the alternative? Give yourself space. Take a pause. Wait until the ground beneath your feet feels steady again. And then decide. And that may take some time. Be patient with yourself. Because action is powerful. It's really powerful. But only when it comes from a place of at least a little bit of clarity. And maybe the bravest thing is sometimes not to take a leap, but to breathe, to sit still, to remind yourself, I don't have to move just because I'm restless. I'll move when I know where I want to go. And that is real clarity. With that, I remind you, all of these things we think about, all this food for thought, all this mindset upgrading that we're trying to do, we do step by step, day by day. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week on Soul.